Hello, everybody, and welcome to July's Swarm Community Call. Broadcasting live to all the corners of the interweb. That includes streaming on X. So hello there, and you are very welcome to join the conversation in Discord. Thank you for coming. My name's Antonio, and I'm very glad to be your host today, wherever you are within this pale blue dot. All right, so what can you expect on the call today? Here is the agenda. We will start with core development updates with Niki, Papadatou, and Callum. Following the community talk, we will speak about Swarm MCP, the bridge to a decentralized AI, with András, Arányi, and Nugaon. And we will conclude the call today with community EMA and open space for debate. Feel free to talk and to ask any questions here on the stage chat or in any of the forms that you have received if you're subscribed to the newsletter. So let's begin with the core development update. And for this month, we will focus on the recently released B version 2.6.0, which landed on July 22nd. After resolving issues uncovered during testing and improving internal QA processes, the team has successfully shipped a release that delivers a major boost in usability and performance. And to talk about this, we have Niki and Callum to walk us through the key changes and what's coming up next. I will invite Niki to the stage. 1 second, please. Hello, Niki.
Hello. Hi, Antonio. Can you hear me? Loud and clear?
Stage is yours.
Nice. So, hey, Antonio. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Glad to have you here for July's Swarm Community Call. Let's dive immediately into what's new and what's coming next. So, on the 21st of July, we had the B 2.6 released. And if you haven't updated yet, now it's the time. This release brings significant performance gains, especially in how fast nodes get up and running. One of the highlights is a noticeable reduction in warm-up time, which makes syncing much faster and improves the overall startup experience. If you're running a node, you will definitely feel the difference, especially if you're managing multiple instances or restarting your nodes, spinning up new nodes, etc. So a quick but important reminder, stake migration is required for those taking their nodes. This is part of the protocol changes introduced in this release, so please check the release blog post for instructions. Migrate your stake and make sure that you are running the latest version. So while 2.6 is settling nicely, we are already working hard on the next release, the B 2.7, and it's shaping up to be another meaningful step forward. We have a big list of improvements, and here what's in progress at the moment for the next release. So first of all, as part of the in-browser node initiative, we are implementing automatic TLS handling to simplify secure communication without manual setup. This is key to making browser-native nodes more accessible. In the aspect of the pulsing improvement sweep, we are rolling out new metrics for pulsing. This will help us better understand protocol's behavior and guide the next round of tuning and optimization based on real-world data. Also, 2.7 will come with fixes on erasure coding, and it's actually corrections to further stabilize how data is broken into chunks and reconstructed, a core part of Swarm's availability, which is the erasure codes. At the same time, we're working on improving feeds, especially targeting better update handling and responsiveness. It's important to mention here that a small but important bug introduced in 2.6 affecting post-FAD snapshot syncing on ultralight nodes. However, this has already been fixed and will be included in 2.7. But if in the meanwhile this affects you directly, please contact us as soon as possible. In 2.7, we will also see improvements on how transaction fees are managed, aiming for more efficiency and lower overhead across the board. And last but not least, we are also bringing fixes on the sampling. The current implementation of sampling puts too much load on game logic, local DB, and overall node performance. With the fixes coming, we expect to see big improvements in sampling efficiency, a significant step forward, and most probably more fixes will be coming next. In parallel, of course, we are discussing our sweeps, discussing them and considering what's next. So please provide your input about our sweeps, come with your suggestions or any feedback you have. So the BA 2.6 already brings measurable improvements, especially around startup time. And with 2.7, we are continuing to polish, optimize, and improve the overall experience of running and building on Swarm. Your feedback always helps drive all this. So if you have tried 2.6, let us know how is it going. If you haven't, now it's the time. Again, thanks for being here and for being part of this journey. Let's keep building together. Back to you, Antonio.
Thank you so much, Niki. Exciting times. All right. So if you have any questions about it, you can always drop it in this chat. Niki and others will potentially answer to you. Okay. Moving on to the next section of the call, we have community talk, and we will speak about an exciting feature. It's called the Swarm MCP, the bridge to decentralized AI. And in this section, we'll introduce a brand new initiative, this Swarm Model Context Protocol, which is in proof of concept stage, but it's designed to position Swarm as a core infrastructure for agentic AI. To talk about this, we will have András or Nugaon here. Let me invite them to the chat, to the stage. Hello, András, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can. Hi.
Okay, and Nugaon will be coming in a second.
Hello,
Hey,
everyone.
Nugaon. All right.
Hello, Anthony.
So, guys, the stage is yours. What is this MCP?
Yes, thanks. Give me a moment. I prepare the presentation. I will share it.
Yeah, it works from my side. So I presume at least a percentage of the viewers can see it properly.
Yes, maybe just let me know if someone can't see it, and I can share the presentation link as well. So yeah, so it's what is Swarm MCP, and I guess the subtitle says a little bit about it. So it's the bridge to decentralized AI, and it's kind of like exciting, kind of like chapter I think for Swarm, and be trying to prove that Swarm is more than suitable to kind of like solve a lot of kind of ongoing problems, or like more like open up AI to a decentralized future, essentially. But first of all, what is MCP? So if you don't know, it's abbreviation for Model Context Protocol. So this is kind of a standard, an open standard that Anthropic, the creators of Claude AI models, have come up with, I guess, recently. And technically, it's kind of like a universal adapter for AI tools. So kind of like a plug and play system. So it solves a problem where you have a kind of standardized interface for your AI models and agents to be able to access certain tools. And these external tools can be anything. So in this case, Swarm is an external tool. There are already a lot of MCP implementations connecting agents to APIs and remote DB, local DB. Actually, you can have multiple MCP servers, and then through those you can you can empower your AI technically to use a lot of tools. And how it actually works, just in a nutshell. So kind of there is a discovery phase when the MCP server returns a list of tools. So in our case, it's swarm-related functions. I guess a simple example is like give me the weather in a city. So it's like an API in a very simple case. And with Swarm we try to do something similar, but with Swarm functions like upload, download. But you will see it in a moment. So once the AI agent kind of knows about these tools and have some definitions what they can do, there is the reasoning part. So the AI kind of can autonomously deduce or reason about what tools to actually use based on the prompts or the kind of the task it is given or it has to fulfill. And then when the AI reasoned about it and selected the tool, it has to execute it. And then at that point, technically just means that the AI calls the MCP server through the specific interface with the specific input, and the MCP server executes the function, and it will return the result. In this case, for our example, it will return most of the time either a Swarm hash or like a downloaded something data from Swarm to the agent, and the MCP server will do that. And how it actually works and why actually we want to build a Swarm MCP. So the main problem is actually that agents also need persistent memory. That's one thing, but if you want to kind of implement that, then of course, like with any kind of data, currently the most of the solutions are centralized, and of course they will always be a single point of failure. Also, private data comes into the picture because of course, like one strength of Swarm as well, that it can be very private, resilient, and accessibility is always there. So the solution, kind of a no-brainer for this, that AI can use Swarm for resilient, private, and decentralized storage, like a lot of use cases as well. And then technically, if we do the Swarm MCP server bridge, then the MCP can handle a lot of complexities that are involved when you use Swarm. So like like post systems, and even just to know the API, the B client API. So this can be all kind of abstracted away with the MCP. So all kinds of agents and AI LLMs can use Swarm directly without kind of any, even like without any prior knowledge about the Swarm infrastructure. And so how it works actually, so there is actually a POC, which is already live and running, and technically you can try it out as well, and we'll have a demo shortly. So it has a few kind of core functions. It can upload data, it can download data. So in this example, like let's say when agent A wants to upload something to Swarm, kind of like keeping it in memory, like maybe to share it with another agent, then it can upload it to Swarm using the upload function from the MCP, and then the upload function will return a Swarm hash. So the agent will have access to the Swarm hash, and then either the agent can use this to download the data at a later time, like maybe the agent has multiple subtasks it have to, or maybe give it to other agents, and then the hash comes into the picture in an easy way, because then the agent can share the hash with another agent or just with the user, but let's say like another agent, and another agent can call the download function from the MCP server, and then it will receive the data from Swarm, directly from Swarm. So there are no intermediaries there other than MCP server that of course you can run locally as well. And then, yeah, so technically this is a very simple use case, but the POC can already do much more, like uploading files, even entire folder structures actually, and then it can even use the feeds for kind of like a sequential memory. So let's say a good use case here is to have maybe like stages on completing a task where the agent can update the feed with maybe another agent can check that feed and see the last result on the last index on the feed, or it can just use the feed as a kind of like a logs of steps of results. So there are many use cases there, because so kind of like whatever Swarm can do, the agent can use all those features as long as it's implemented in the MCP as a function. And so what are the future plans with this? So we are working, the Swarm Foundation and Solarpunk together working on a roadmap, which is actually goes beyond the MCP. So MCP is kind of like the big cornerstone of it, but we are looking into how to use Swarm in agent-to-agent communication, to agent discovery on the Swarm network. So imagine a kind of registry of agents where you can directly access agent information on Swarm and kind of browse based on capabilities of agents, and then you can find or kind of discover the right agent for you. So technically you can build fully autonomous agents that they can discover each other, share data with each other. For example, using even ACT. So with ACT, the access control try, which agents can even share data privately. So technically, you can create like a closed loop of agent economy. And we're also technically looking into how to make an actual economy. You know, imagine like agents performing tasks and then they get paid for it, either autonomously or with some human involvement. That's also something that Swarm can help in. Even the whole communication agent to agent can technically go through Swarm. So these are all the things we are looking into. And we also, of course, want to aid wider adoption. So we're thinking to integrate into major AI frameworks like LangChain or any partner that are interested to have Swarm MCP integrated into kind of the capabilities or rely on Swarm as a kind of unstoppable memory layer as well. And of course, since MCP is just a POC for now, we have plans to make it production ready solution, I would say relatively soon. And with this, I guess you're all eager to see how it actually looks or what it can actually do. So it's a bit of magic. So I would ask Nugaon now to show you how it works, because we have a little demo to show how MCP can already be a very powerful solution even in the POC phase. So please, Nugaon.
Thank you, András. Okay. I share my screen. And hope you see it. So this is of course, it's open source, so you can access it from the Ethersphere Swarms MCP URL. As you can see here, there is a bit-verbose README description documentation about it, but don't be scared about that because it's quite easy to fire it up. So first, it's a Node.js server in the background, so need a Node.js environment to start, and it's onto that, like András mentioned, it's a proof of concept state, so it's not published anywhere. So you need to clone this repository and build. So here it is, and you need first, of course, a developer environment that supports the MCP communication. For the demo purposes, I'm using this Winsort now, but we also tried it out with Cloud Desktop. It works. So that the building process is nothing else, just executing npm CI. We'll install the dependencies, and then you just build the application with npm run build. After that, you can configure your MCP server. Now I just have only one that I built. Its configuration, you can see it here.
Do you hear
Sorry?
me? Yeah, apparently nobody can really see the screen, the shared screen. So could you just try it again? Because
yeah,
we can't follow. And it's a shame not to follow because it's such a cool demonstration. I saw it before, so I know. But I guess majority of...
I tried again then. And now, do you see something?
Oh, yeah, we see Discord. Okay. All right.
Okay, and now?
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So there were two comments so far, this npm CI and npm run build, and this is the Windsurf environment. This is basically a VS Code fork having this MCP communication feature. And so here is the configuration of the MCP. As you see, it's really short. You need to define the full path for the node execution environment and pass your build path for the MCP server. And there are also environment variables, but below that also there's, I mean, by default, you can use the gateway of Swarm, but of course, it's always better for more advanced users to use their own local node for privacy and stuff. And so let's see, like it already recognized 5 tools. In upload text, download text, upload file folder, download folder, and also it comes with the feed functionality mentioned. Let's just try it out. Like, let's say uploads hello beautiful bird to Swarm. And the agent already like listed from the MCP tool, like what capabilities it has. It's gonna use the proper one that shows like it can execute and perform this. Oh well, I I don't know what can be the problem at the moment, but I never got this error before, and like demo effect, yeah. Let's try it again by restarting, and let's see. Maybe the B just stopped because I changed network. Sorry about that. So let's try it again. Successfully uploaded to Swarm. You can access it by an URL, but you can use this Swarm reference hash, and in another session you can download this text.
Oh, that was nice. Thank you so much, Nugaon. Thank you, András. If anyone has any questions, please pop it up in the stage chat and we'll promptly get through it. Thank you for the demo, despite the problems, but you managed to pull it through, so that's always successful. Thank you, and let's move on then.
Maybe back
Hello?
to you, Antonio.
Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2. There's a.
I can hear you.
Okay, so I guess it was Nugaon who couldn't hear me. Yeah, I got a.
Sorry?
All good, Nugaon. Thanks, man. Okay.
Hello.
All right. So let's move on to the next section. So as I said, if you have any question, please pop it up in the stage chat where Nugaon and András will promptly answer it. And let's move on to our third section of today, which is the AMA, where we have received not so many questions. Maybe it's because it's summer and people are a bit lazy with all the hot, but we have received one, which is a bit recurrent, but it talks about, and I'm going to just read it out bluntly. It says, are there any plans to stimulate the price of BCC? Well, that's it. There's no more questions. So I just would like to say that for the sake of transparency, which is always a goal and the place where we see the foundation going, any movement that to stimulate the price or to move, it will be properly communicated. So as long as you keep around and you keep subscribing and participating in the calls, you will hear all the action that will potentially take place, because this is it. This is a commitment with transparency. So yeah, don't worry about it. Just stay around and you will hear what is going on. And I don't know if there's any other question in the stage chat. So that's it. I am waiting for Mina to tell me no. That's not it. But I think it is.
Mean, it actually looks like that's it. We can mention that the next call will be, of course, last Thursday of the month, as always, which falls on 28th of August.
Awesome. All right. So see you there. Thank you, Mina. So that's it. Thank you very much to the speakers, presenters, and all participants of the call. It's been great to hear your voice. And of course, thank you, the audience. This has been the last call that I host. It's been a pleasure to share these moments with you. Thank you for being there, and see you on chain. We are all Swarm.